All-American Final Five last week in Rockford, Illinois.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our number 3 seed from Colombia, Laura Plazas.
Just turned 26 years old, Kel, last week. What a pleasure to talk to. So much energy, optimism. Wichita State alum, part of that incredibly tradition-rich program. Great athlete growing up in Columbia. Play every sport you can imagine. Bringing 10-pin, looking for a little help with the messenger, doesn't get it. Squash, tennis, really good golfer.
She does everything. But notice bowling, she's going to be attacking this pattern much differently than Danielle is. Much farther inside, sliding almost around 35. Center arrow about 20-ish. Same breakpoint distance. Almost carries the 10-pin with the messenger. Cross lane.
Under the watchful eye of legend Liz Johnson, Hall of Famer in the house tonight. Cross lane for the 10-pin. And the spare for Lara. Aerospace engineering major at Wichita State. Hasn't gone into that field yet because she's been so busy bowling on the women's tour and for Team Columbia. They've got them really busy this summer, as she and Clara told us today.
Yeah, almost to the point where they can't fit everything in. I know Clara has permission to bowl a few PWA stops and could be bowling elsewhere for Columbia.
McEwen going to start the match too. Well, Danielle has 2 major victories as a member of the PWBA, last time being the 2019 Women's U.S. Open. We called it in Las Vegas on CBS Sports Network. As she took home the title, Tanya Ramanpour, 201-199 for her second major. Love to make it number 3 tonight. Oh, how sweet it is, right? You know, Kelly, with your majors and your great Hall of Fame career, winning a major championship is so special.
And something she wants to achieve throughout her entire career. I know she did make a ball change. She tried something in the 10th frame, carried it over into the beginning of this match with a shinier, pearlized, asymmetric bowling ball. More responsive down lane, cleaner through the front.
The toe injury we talked about cost her 2 months. I mean, that has got to be tough.
And Danielle's a practice fiend.
Yeah.
She just continues daily over and over again. So I know that 2-month break had to be mentally tough on her.
Right lane for Laura. How does a 10-pin stand? 10-pin? Why?
Deflection. Watch this ball get to the pocket, okay? Great, same spot. See the pin ball migrate. Now all of a sudden it goes towards the 9-pin, loses just enough energy. It's not rolling forward at the right point. It's still trying to release its energy, and then when it does, it deflects, leaves the 9-pin messenger off the sideboard, but something gets in its way. It is.
Does a lot of training with BMX bikers, cyclers, gymnasts. She works with weightlifters, a lot of cross training. She's in tremendous shape. Watch out, though. Well, maybe the nerves got the best over there. Whiffs on the 10-pin, open frame for Plazas.
.204 average, 39 games, 7-1 match play record. Made it to the show with her high series.
First time on TV. PWBA tour. She's been on plenty of times for Team Columbia and Wichita State. But this, Kelly, is a different story.
It's a different beast.
Nice shot. Left lane. Crunches the 1-3 pocket. Follow the PWB on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and on bowltv.com to keep up with the latest and greatest women bowlers in the world. Get the latest video, highlights, and news each week to follow your favorites. Been tweeting a lot. Steph Johnson had the win in Rockford in the season opener, her 4th career PWBA tour title. Congrats to her. Touch high, 6'10".
Danielle's starting to migrate a little bit deeper on that right lane. I'm just looking for launch angles, where it's controlling down here. Slightly inside, you can see the light green of that bowling ball pick up and roll forward really quick. 6-10. As we say in the bowling world, keep chasing it, meaning keep going further left inside. Give yourself a little bit more skid.
$6-10, no worries there for Danielle. 20-pin lead. Clara, Laura, Danielle. Hope all big stars collegiately. Laura and Clara Guerrero both at Wichita State. National champs. Danielle at FDU. And Hope, we talked about her story from McHenry, winning the team championship this year in Columbus, Ohio. Part of a spectacular run that continues for McHenry and the Bearcats next year. Because Hope is back. Left lane, a little high. 3-6-10 up for Danielle.
This ball looks really, really good on that fill ball. Sliding 25, 26, 17, 18. Again, it's just not projecting down the lane. It's not getting its skid through that part of the lane. It's starting to pick up even sooner at this section. So it's not getting through that mid-section. Remember, I said the pattern itself is only half the lane. The rest is that brush kind of bleeding out the rest of the oil. So early friction is occurring.
And the 10 stands. Surprising miss.
Yeah, Danielle's one of the best spare shooters out here on tour as well.
So in control early in match 2. Matches Laura's open frame. Did you talk about the first TV appearance? Didn't seem, when we met with her this morning, overly nervous about it. Such a confident personality. Her mode, trust my game plan. A little bit off the mark. They're looking for help on the 2-pin. Not enough.
Laura really uses her legs a lot to try to generate that power and speed. Really, really quick. Watch at the bottom of the swing. Hand gets a little bit off to the side. And what I learned from talking to the ball reps during the practice session, there's kind of like a little hang spot down the lane to the right. And if it kind of errs in that direction, it will not recover.
Serious golfer in Columbia. About 10 years old. She was waiting to play. It was pouring rain. Where'd she go? Inside the bowling center. 2-pin, there's a mark. And a bowling coach from Team Columbia came over and said, you just can't sit here being bored. Here's a bowling ball. Let's try this. And she really fell in love with the sport and gave up golf eventually. By the way, she's a near scratch golfer. That good an athlete as you see her road to the finals.
Yeah, qualified 63rd. Liz Culkin was second. So she defeats the number 2 speed all the way, goes against Deandra, defeats her, lose to Birgit, who's back on this telecast, and then down the line, look at the legacy of athletes she had to defeat to get to the telecast tonight. Stephanie Zavala, Rookie of the Year. Zaviala's won this tournament twice, Shannon O'Keefe once. Catches the lucky crossover strike.
Sometimes you get a little lucky. Next up, Prospect Park, Brooklyn Strike.
Well, eventually it comes to the point, because this pattern is very flat. If you miss inward, chances are you need to find a break like that. The punishment was, if you miss inward, sometimes you go high, you'd make big 4, leave a split like Hope did, the 3, 6, 7, 10. Laura's in the part of the lane that's so deep, and at the end of that pattern, that she's able to carry that good break.
Win probability looks good now for McEwen. Right lane, trip 10-pin.
Good move by Danielle. Some minor adjustment with her feet and her target. Trying to see where she slides. 25, 17 to that 10-11 zone right there.
Mom Susan watching back home, along with the dog Jasper.
Who's famous.
I've got a son, Jasper, so that's a great name. And she said, shout out to the kids, too. For a 16-pin lead, left lane. Misses the target, 2-8.
This is interesting. The left lane is starting to play a little bit more differently than I expected it to. I thought the right lane was going to be more troublesome for the ladies. But right now, I don't know if it's possibly because Laura is deeper and Danielle's finding some of that traction. Looks like she executed really well. Use that hard 2-8 spare again.
Danielle left the 2-8 in the same frame in the last match.
Yeah, physically, I think when Danielle is trying to generate speed, she actually steps out of her approach a little bit. That's why her hand is not getting back in that position. So we're a little more than halfway through match number 2. Danielle McEwen is up by 6 pins.
We know that guy, Little Landon. He was in Rockford last week. He's a great PWBA Tour fan. Great to see him here tonight with Mom. Process down 6 pins, but can take lead in the 6th frame head-to-head with Danielle McEwen, joined by the 2-seed Birgit Norreis. Birgit, what went well for you this week to make the show?
I tried to excuse me. I tried to keep it in front of me as much as possible and tried to commit to every shot and fill frames.
Birgit, how do you plan to keep up your intensity in this upcoming match?
I'm nervous enough, so I don't need to try that.
Besten Dank für Hilfe und viel Glück am heute Abend.
Vielen Dank.
That is, thanks for your help and good luck. Auf Deutsch. Hey, with my minor at Syracuse, got to use it occasionally.
I appreciate it,
Whenever
Dave.
Birgit makes an appearance, or German.
Next time I'll learn Spanish for all the Colombian athletes out there.
She's a good sport. Big shot here for Laura, who was talking, Kel, with Tourette Mac McNeil a moment ago. Said she has a good look, just got to execute better.
Doesn't quite catch a shaker. And I agree with her, Dave, but I will say, like, when the women went from match to match, it was as if, again, like I said earlier, going into a new bowling center. So watch Lara. 19 at the arrows, same identical spot, just pushes a little bit further. She's using a lower flare bowling ball, doesn't quite make the corner, leaves the 7 pin. 9 on this pattern was a very good leave.
Challenging conditions, got her 7 pin, has her mark.
When I recall some of the matches that I observed during the week, 587 was beating 565. 602 was defeating 590. The averages came down in the matches a little bit, but overall intensity throughout, especially when it came down to the 10th frame of game number 3, when total pinfall mattered.
Left lane, Laura crosses over. Rarely 550 at this level.
Slides to the foul line. Her left arm is almost already behind her back. Elbow slightly bent. And if you watch her hand in the ball, she kind of takes her pinky and tucks it underneath the second joint. So she really puts all the pressure right by the index finger on that callous part of the hand, the medius part of the hand, to rotate her hand around the ball.
So I feel like on that one, I want to get back to it, like kind of like similar to what I think I can be doing the same thing.
Sure.
What I'm doing on 8.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel I'm in on that one. But I want to have the same angle, but just like a couple boards to the right.
Yeah, just kind of trap it in there a little more. Yeah, let's do that.
Advice from Matt McNeil. 6'10" Danielle crossing over 2. So, as we talked about, challenging conditions, Kel, and things are transitioning now.
Yeah, and again, here, Danielle's executing, right? She's like 17. Doesn't quite get to that tracer. So right here, this is a big part right here. That's a big, big part right there where the ball is trying to get down to the lanes, not feeding to that spot, and has to get there, which means it's starting up too soon. To me, as if I was ball repping right now, I might think about going to a less responsive bowling ball, maybe something symmetrical, cleaner cover to try to push through the middle and not be so responsive to it. She's got a 5-pin lead, goes in this 8th frame. The ball looked really good the first few frames, but again, she either has to continue to migrate deeper inside, really start sliding in that 28-29 zone, and try to project the ball, get more hold in front of her by creating a little bit more angle.
So the breakdown, left lane, right lane. Here's the left. Danielle, big shot. Delivers.
And there it is. Bigger move with her feet. Brought the target with her a little bit, so maybe like a 3-and-1. Sliding about 30, 18 at the arrows. Again, now gets it to that spot. Ball rolls up, splits the 8-9 right there.
Up by 5. Max scores. Could have a fantastic finish here in match 2. Third seed Laura Plazas. Like Clara, longtime member of Team Colombia. Clara, a real mentor in Laura's development. Nicely done. Gold TV delivers live multi-channel coverage of the WBA Tour, PBA 50, and Team USA and USBC Collegiate and Youth tournaments. Plus much more great bowling content. Visit bowltv.com to subscribe today. Bowling lives here. Village Hall, Addison, Illinois. A great part of Chicagoland.
Now, here's where I find something interesting, Dave. You have the tour reps from the companies, right, giving ideas. Then you have her coach from Team Colombia on the left side giving her ideas. So now there's a mishmash of thoughts going through her head of, what am I going to do?
Maybe too much?
Maybe too much.
Interesting. Left lane, Laura, 4-pin.
That was a big shot right there. Big shot right there, sliding about 33, 21. You can see where that ball just wants to pick up and go sideways in the back end. Leaves the 4-pin. I wonder if that missed spare early on is going to haunt her at the end of this match.
Yeah,
when
she said it
missed
was
the 10
today,
pin.
right? How big spare shooting would be on TV. Have to convert, had an open. But her attitude, as she told us, I've got nothing to lose. It is. Pedal to the metal. Watch it. Oh, goodness, right on cue. 4-pin stands, a huge whip. And McEwen is in great shape.
Watch her approach 2, 3, 4 steps, slide. Kind of pops up a little too quick.
Devastating open.
Opens the door for Danielle.
Go up 27, foundation frame. And also leaves a 4-pin.
So in 2 matches, she was around 15, 16 on the right lane. Now quickly, we've moved into about 19, 20 at the arrows. Good extension, great knee bend. You can see her trying to wave it off to kind of hold, hold, hold.
That's what Danielle needs for the win. After knocking out Hope Bramley in match 1. Trying to climb the ladder. As Danielle Kelly told us today, sometimes nice to come from that first match. You see the lanes transition. You're used to the conditions, the TV lights. And she's had plenty of experience, but you're in a groove when you're bowling a lot. Nothing's new, because you've been on the TV pair since it started, as I say that at 17.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Saw that quite frequently this week. Kind of gets that ball onto lane a little bit more. Such a bad break. 6-pin falls right in front of the 10-pin. 4-pin doesn't quite take out the 7.
Near impossible conversion. And just 10-pin.
So Laura still needs to get the first 2. So strike, double strikes 175. Strike 2 doubles and 5 will win it, of course. Last time on this lane, she struck on the right lane last time.
Has to have it to have a chance. The first, yes. And her best shot of the match comes when she needs it most. just shrapnel remaining.
Yeah, she flushed the pocket last time on this right lane. Ball does the same exact thing. Once more. Needs another. Needs to give it a friend.
Plazas needs it. Plazas gets it. Back-to-back jacks in the clutch. And now 5 pins for the win.
Talk about bowling under pressure. Identical back-to-back shots, maybe a little bit quick on that delivery. Right on target, well executed. Makes up for the 2 misses. Still needs to stay behind the foul line, get 5. Gotta make a ball change.
Needs 5 pins.
Get 6.
Needs a bucket, gets 6, but that's enough for a 2-pin win for Laura Plazas in her TV debut. The Team Columbia star will take on Birgit Noritz of Germany next. It wasn't easy, but Laura advances. More great bowling on the way. PWBA Tour here on CBS Sports Network. All right, Kelly, time for the BPA moment of the match. Laura Plazas steps up in the 10th and delivers.
She needed 2 strikes and 5 pins and back-to-back buries those jacks. 2 consecutive strikes, 6 pins on the fill ball. And she wins that match. Looking on there.
Here. Stardust Bowl General Manager alongside Jason Overstreet, USBC Deputy Executive Director. Great to see everyone here tonight. And there's little Landon. He's still at the front row seat. Steph Johnson's biggest fan, as we saw in Rockford last week, had the personalized jersey made up from Steph and her team. That was pretty cool.
We'll see both those gentlemen a little bit later when they make the trophy and check presentation.
Yeah, who's going to take it is the question. Along with the tiara here tonight. Noritz Plazas, match 3 underway.
It has choice of lane and starting position. Laura starts off with another strike. Opening frame number 1. Working off what she just finished in match number 2. A little bit deeper, 21. She's the deepest of all the athletes on tonight's show. Ball continues to migrate through the pins.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our number 2 seed from Germany, Birgit Noritz.
For the fans, Dave, make sure you commentate in English, please.
Bitte schön. Auf English, nur auf English. Only in English. You got it. Birgit's first shot, 2C. Looks good.
Trips the 4-pin.
It's about 2 a.m. in Deutschland right now, so families, seriously, they're gonna find out tomorrow what happened.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not awake to watch the telecast. They're going to have to watch it on YouTube or another re-airing of it. But Birgit's off to a great start. She really likes keeping her angles in front of her. Her keys this week, trying to keep her first 2 steps kind of slow. If she gets overly aggressive, the ball shoots through the break point. Of our contestants right now, 211 was the highest average I saw, 5-1 in match play. And she didn't qualify very high. She just snuck in to the number at, I think, -1 or +3 for the event.
Family runs a bowling center, DAB Bowling Center in Germany. Left lane, wow. That's how you get started.
Yeah, Birgit 211. Danielle was definitely higher, being in that top 10 of the bracket.
Birgit also a travel agent, as she told us today.
I had no idea. All these years bowling on tour, I did not know of her other occupation, although she still helps out with mom and dad at the local bowling center back home.
Yeah, works there pretty much full-time, too. So she's very busy. Been in the U.S. a couple of weeks getting ready for the 2022 PWBA Tour season. dramatic win over McEwen in the first match and leads a 4-pin.
And what we didn't mention is many of the competitors say Clara. I'm not sure if it's not Laura, but Birgit for sure will be going to the World Games coming up here in Alabama soon. Doesn't quite project the ball further right down the lane. Single pin spare, which has been an issue for Laura, if we can say. Missed a 4-pin, missed a 10-pin already.
But despite that, survived, and she has a little mocking celebration for a 4-pin conversion. There's Rosa Restrepo behind her. Lots of royalty in the house watching. USBC Queen's here tonight.
I think almost all of Team Colombia is here.
Tell you, well represented. Julia Bond is here. Is Verity back there? Liz Johnson. Boy, lots of VIPs. Julia won last year in Reno, as we talked about. It's a big one. First major of the season. Left lane. Good ball reaction for Laura. Any player rolls a 300 game during tonight's telecast will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros, and for all the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling. Tough conditions for 300 game. Didn't have one, as we talked about all week. Lindsey Boomershine's $299, the closest to it. Birgit would like the first 3 and has got it. Our World TV highlight of the week takes us to the second round of qualifying. Speaking of which, well, there are a number of high scores during competition here in Addison. None higher than Lindsey Boomershine's $299 on that second day. Helped her on her way to a 12th place spot before bracket play started. The 10-pin, Kel, the 10-pin.
Infamous triangle. It's always the corner pin.
I'll tell you, corner pin.
2 different balls. Strong asymmetric on the right lane. Cleaner symmetric ball on the left lane. I think this is smart.
Not the front four. 3-6-10 instead.
Now she is bowling in all the traffic that Danielle and Hope created in that first opening match. Danielle stayed there. She's sliding further right, 20, 14, trying to get to that same point, which she does down there. There's that same break point we've been looking for the whole week, all day long, all night long. But the ball really responds in the back. High friction, 3-6-10. Makes it no problem. Not my favorite spare personally.
Which is your favorite spare?
Any single pin.
Yeah. All good, right? Advice from tour reps, so critical.
Sometimes they're just an ear to bounce off ideas on. You know, reconfirming what we think we see if they see the same thing, because we don't see the ball off our hand in that first 12 to 15 part of the lane.
Fourth frame. 7, really good looking shot. And the 10-pin stance.
Sliding about 34, 21, 22, 11, 12 at the range. Ball deflects, 6-pin falls just into that gutter. Liked it off her hand, but not the carry, of course.
Which she does. Successful cross lane single pin conversion for the 10-pin. Saturday, 2 Eastern. Catch the 2022 Collegiate Rugby Championships live from New Orleans. See the nation's top women's and men's sevens teams compete over 3 days for a chance to be crowned Premier and Division champs right here on CBS Sports Network. You a rugby fan, Cal?
I am. I
Cool
enjoy it, yeah.
sport. Oh, my gosh.
All the trips to Australia, I've got to see some
Yeah,
games.
you've been there
yeah.
a lot, I know. Fifth frame down 17.
Gotta
Works
push.
on a spare. It does.
Wow.
Oh, 10 down.
I did not see that coming, I have to admit. I thought for sure that was going to check early. Big smile on her face. Again, deeper on the left lane. Now she's created holds. She's found some holds. She's so far left, she's able to find it. But look at that expression. I don't think she was crazy about it either.
And when she takes on fellow Team Columbia star Clara Guerrero for the championship. Birgit has other ideas. Right lane. Hey!
All right, Dave, I think this is when she talked about keeping her first 2 steps slow. Kind of got a little quick out of the gate. Watch her shoulder drop. Head kind of pulls to the left as she accelerates to the bottom of the swing, but rolls the 2-pin to catch the X on the screen.
That's all that matters. Late trip of the 2-pin. Birgit tries for her 3rd career PWBA Tour title. Go Bowling Classic, Arlington last year. At the home of the USBC. Also in 2017, won the Lucy. Strike left lane. Birgit looks good. Halfway home, Kelly has a nice lead.
Yeah, 27-pin lead, Dave, 5.5 frames in match number 3. Working on a string of strikes. Tough matches ahead. Who's going to go on to face Clara in that championship match and claim that tiara? Come back.
Laura Plazas head-to-head. Birgit Norikes here in match number 3. Laura looks pretty relaxed as we saw a moment ago with her tour rep.
No, and the last one, we couldn't hear it, we couldn't dance. You owe me one.
Having fun with Jason Thomas, the USBC, and tour rep Matt McNeil. Wants her strike song, Kelly, played a little louder so she can dance and celebrate when she gets a strike. That's a good sign. She's having fun out there, right?
Yeah, just like her interview earlier today, she had so much energy going. I think she's finally finding her groove as she's going through these matches. A little heckling towards Jason. Play the song, Jason. I'm sure we're going to hear it coming up soon.
Our Team Columbia coaches, teammates right there to her left. She has got so much support. Maria Jose Rodriguez, former USBC Queens champ. Right there in the front row, rooting her on. And seeing out of the break. Grip 7-pin, looking over for the strike song. Let's hear it. There we go. There it is. All right.
Everybody will be up and dancing. So Laura has created some hold for herself. Again, she's the deepest part of the lane compared to all the other ladies bowling right now. The other ladies are keeping it more straighter in front of them, but by creating such angle, she's able to create that hold down the lane. So it could have developed into something beneficial for her.
Former first-team All-American at Wichita State. Left lane, Plazas, good 10-pin. Down it goes.
.33, 21, 9, 10. Great ball roll. 6-pin kicks the 10-pin off the side. She's definitely feeling the groove of the music and the strikes.
I know you're more of a line dancer, but that's some pretty good dancing too.
All music is great.
Agreed. 4th in 2016, her best finish. Could she win the title tonight? Birgit, right lane. Up by 17, ringing 10-pin, good shot.
Rolled a 2-pin last time on that lane. Out of commercial, good shot right here. 6-pin just goes right around that 10-pin so quickly.
She won last year at the ITRC in Arlington. No fans were allowed. COVID precautions. So happy to be under the lights tonight. Big crowd here in Chicagoland. Got her 10 pin. Much different atmosphere in Addison. Close match 3 to take on the top seed, Clara Guerrero. Long-time legend of Team Colombia. We will have an international champion. Be the 8th all-time at the Queens. Six-time German Player of the Year. 9 pin.
High flush shot, really good execution. Ball just is so hard off the spot. Watch as it just wants like put his blinker on and make a left turn. Straight, straight, straight. Boom, right there. Ball goes towards the 8 pin, just passes 5, does not take out the 9 pin.
Birgit bids for her first career major. Every shot a big shot now. Has the 9 pin, has the spare. Clara awaits the winner. Going for a second career PWBA Tour title and second major. Win probability in the favor of Norikes. 10 pin.
Ball just lingers a little bit long down the lane. Watch, looking for the blue and the black. It's starting to migrate. Great shot there again. Can't say it enough. 6 pin just goes around the 10. Ball deflects a little bit. But when you're controlling the pocket, I wouldn't try to look for anything else to try to strike right now. I mean, the match is fairly close, down by 6 pins, but she's been keeping the 1-3 under control the entire time. Keeping up with her spares. Only down by 6 pins with 2 frames to go. She will have to finish on the right lane, which has been a solid lane for her. Both ladies 5 for 8 in strikes.
Laura told us today about changing her physical and mental preparation. Lots of extreme fitness drills to get ready for moments like this. Foundation frame needs help with a 7 pin, won't get it.
Almost looked as the ball was going directly for the 3 pin. Watch, it's pushing, it's pushing, it's pushing. Is it gonna read it? Is it gonna read it? No, light shaker strike. Does not carry the 7 pin out, head pin off the wall. She didn't like it off her hand either at all. Same as the other shot she had earlier in this match. Makes the spare. So max score for Birgit, 245, 228 for Lara. Birgit's up by 7. She's been pretty solid on this right lane. Rolls the 2 pin ring 10 last time.
To the foundation frame with a 7 pin lead. Eighth show of her career. Coming down to big shots like this, right lane for Birgit. Trip 10 pin.
Now, spare strike here gives her 225. Lara strikes out 228. So a big ball right here in the 10th frame for Birgit. Strike in 7 will shut out Lara and win match number 3 to face Clara in the championship match. Left the 9 pin the last time.
Needs it, gets it. Big strike for Birgit. Left lane comes through. Huge.
Excellent delivery and execution. Sliding 21, 15, 16, firm ball speed. Left the 9 pin the last time. This time the 9 pin does not stand. All 10 pin fall down. 7 more pins. And we've declared who's going against Clara.
Needs 7. How about 9? How about the win for Birgit? The 2 seed from Germany, Birgit Norreichs, will advance to take on the top seed, Clara Guerrero, here tonight in Addison, Illinois, at the USBC Queens. So this one is over. Congrats to Birgit Norreichs. And a great run for Plazas in her first career PWBA Tour show. Fun to watch her compete here tonight. Championship match now is set. Norreichs, Guerrero, next. Last 5 champions in this great event. USBC Queens, Dasha Kovalova from Ukraine. And last year, Julia Bond in Reno. Saw Bernice Lim 2016, Diana Zavjalova in 2017, and Shannon O'Keefe. 2018, champs, tiara, big prize money, and a place in women's bowling history. And here we go. Dave Ryan alongside 2-time Queens champ and Hall of Famer Kelly Julich. The trophy, the tiara, the big prize money. Are you ready for the finals?
I am. Looks like Birgit will be starting the match. Clara, the higher seed, has the choice.
Championship match underway. Left lane, Norreichs. Good start. Here is Clara Guerrero.
Yeah,
She's been waiting there, Kel, for about an hour, 40 minutes. Right?
I know.
It's a long wait as the top seed with 1 match.
In the sidelines, ladies have the opportunity to practice on a practice pair. Only has that 1 title, multiple international medals for her team Colombia with her precedent record of 24 years on the team.
Starts her night. No. Oh, no. With a 7-10.
That was a good break.
Yikes.
Really trying to project the ball down the lane. 18 at the arrows, 11, 12. You can see the ball is really trying to hook at the last moment. And as it turns up to roll forward, just not enough. Bad break, 7-10 split. Gets the 1
Danielle
pin.
had it. Yep, gets a 10 pin.
Yep.
Ever make it yourself?
I have, yes.
Uh-huh.
I've actually made it once in competition, twice in practice.
Wow. So
Yeah.
3 times. That's impressive. Not a lot of people can say that.
Yep. I added
Not
up all
the
the
start you
scores.
wanted.
Exactly. 200 is the average right now for all 3 matches, 6 games. 200 is the average. 211. Clara averaged 211. 6-0 match play. She was the one undefeated person the entire time. Again, Danielle had the highest average out of all. But can she bounce back from that bad 7-10 split, looking for her first strike in frame number 2?
Okay, that's better. Left lane, success there for Clara. And you said to me, as we were chatting before the show, that if we got anything in the 220s, that might be high.
Yeah. Yeah, so I predicted
Challenging
190.
conditions.
200 is the average, which is really good. Again, Nick Hogan was the designer of the pattern, said it was very difficult, which it was. Birgit still using 2 different balls on each lane. Finished 7th in last week's Rockford Open.
an hour plus away here. Beginning the 2022 PWBA Tour season. It pushes perfectly. And Birgit had the first 3 in her first match and the first 2 here.
Her key is very similar to Clara's, keeping those first 2 steps a little bit slow and posting the shot. She said she got a little lazy as time went on. When the pattern's a little bit softer, she can get a little bit more lackadaisical, but she really needs to post the shot each and every single time she delivers the ball.
Looking for the first 3 back-to-back games. Does get that with trip 10 pin. How about the start for Birgit in her 2 matches tonight as the 2 seed? It's Friday Night Lights on the pitch. Sydney LaRue and the Orlando Pride go head-to-head against Kelly O'Hara. And the Washington Spirit kickoff begins at 7 Eastern right here on CBS Sports Network. Clara has to regroup. Let's cross it over. And the 9 pin somehow defying physics stands almost at a Brooklyn strike.
Yeah, she made some drastic changes in her game just before coming out on tour. I mean, she's been practicing diligently throughout the entire season. But she did make a span change and a pitch change, she said, in her thumb. She went a little bit longer, and the release has been very, very clean each and every single time. Unfortunately, not on that delivery. Makes a spare. I've also noticed in Clara's game too, she has bounced back between 4 steps and 5 steps. I think last year she was using 4 steps. She committed to the wrist brace as well. She's also made, look, you can see the stat right there. You know she's successful in her diligence. She's made the PBA telecast, I think it was on the cheetah pattern the 1 year. So drastic changes, but she committed to the wrist brace. She committed to 5 steps, and now she committed to the length in her span.
Clara left lane. Looking for up on the 4 pin, won't get it. She told us today that she's just trying to bowl the best 10 frames of her life. She wouldn't be easy as a top seed. First time in her career she's been the top seed at a major.
Very, very focused.
Has a 4 pin. Are you looking for some great PWBA gear? Visit the official online store of the PWBA at shoppwba.com. Gear up, Kelly.
I know the ladies have their gear.
I'm a huge coffee guy, as you know, so I'll take coffee mug.
I like the new
Travel
sweatshirts.
mug. Yeah.
Some
Great
colorful
stuff.
choices.
Great stuff.
Birgit looking for 4 in a row to extend her lead over Clara.
Can it be on these tough conditions? That crosses over and almost goes Brooklyn and leaves a 10 pin.
Yeah, slight pull down from the top of the swing. Catches it early with her hand. Misses inside target. Watch there. Ball goes away. Stops. Just did not project the ball off her hand down the lane.
Cross lane 10 pin has the single pin spare conversion. She said it was today. I'm confident. I didn't come here to make the show not to win it all. I like that mentality heading into such a pressure-packed situation.
I think a lot of her success this week too is she pretty much kept it between 3 bowling balls. Now I know my week I seem to walk out with 9 and have to go back and get 3 more. That's how drastically the lanes change. That's how drastically I try to play the lane differently. But I think Birgit was solid in her plan of just sticking with those 3 balls and trying to make it work for her and her game.
Win probability looks good. That shot looks good. Wow. Tattoos the 1-3 pocket. Those pins had absolutely no chance against Birgit Norrijks. And she has a huge lead.
Yeah, she does. She's able to stay right, keep the ball in front of her, angles nice and small. She liked it off her hand.
4 or 5 strikes and 9 spare in the 4th frame. That's been it.
Clara.
31 pins, Kel.
Yeah, that's a big deficit right there. Ball change it looks like for Clara though.
Just a 7.
Liked it off her hand. Big difference is what I'm seeing on the lane is just Clara's playing like a 2-board angle. Once you get to the part of the lane where you're into that 3rd, 4th arrow, okay, you have to find a way to get angled this way down the lane. She's keeping it more in front of her, which doesn't create a lot of skid, and that's why the ball is facing up in front of the pocket very, very quickly. If you're going to find hold, you have to have a little bit more angle. So she's going to have to either keep the same target, maybe move another 2 boards left with her feet, and just try to find a little bit more hold in front of her, or try to pick up her ball speed.
Has a 7 pin, has her spare. Clara looking for a 2nd PWBA major, having won the 2016 Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship in Green Bay. Knocked off Stephanie Johnson, last week's champ on tour. Shannon O'Keefe and Liz Johnson, a 2-time winner of the USBC Queens and Hall of Fame legend along the way. That's a gauntlet for Clara en route to the championship in Ashwaubenon. Took home the title.
And you can see the difference is she was 4 steps on that show. Look, she's 5 steps here, holding the ball higher in her stance.
Bucket lead.
And doesn't have quite good reaction.
And the hole is getting bigger and bigger here. Clara with the 7-10 split to start hasn't really recovered. Clara has moved from the lanes to the stands to root on her Team Columbia teammate. And it's not looking great right now for Clara, to be sure, midway point of the championship match.
Yeah, and the only thing about this format, too, you know, Clara's been undefeated. She defeated everyone through the bracket. Unfortunately, with the live telecast, she won't have that chance to have a 2nd loss and go again. Needs to make the buckets bare.
Can't do it. That's another devastating open for Clara. The hole just got even bigger. Birgit Norrijks of Germany is in tremendous shape to win the USBC Queens here tonight in Addison, Illinois. About to determine the winner of the first of 3 majors on the 2022 PWBA Tour season. Birgit Norrijks of Germany has a huge lead halfway home. Dave Kelly, our entire crew, works on a strike. That means a possibility of a 57-pin lead on the top seed, Clara Guerrero.
You know, as Clara was standing behind Birgit, she's trying to see where she's playing.
Out of the break, 2-8 double wood.
Not the best shot. Clara's much deeper than Birgit is. Birgit's able to play right, kind of again where Danielle and Hope were, and create holes, shinier equipment, more push down the lane, sliding 21, 14, 15, just a little bit further right down the lane. But as we overheard the ball reps talking to Clara at the break, I think Clara's going to make a move and try to get in that same zone that Birgit's at and give herself some chance of getting back in this match.
4 championship round appearances last year. We told you about the Go Bowling Classic title for Birgit. 2-8 double wood, covers nicely. And it is the Cisco spare of the week, Kelly, with a nice cover.
Watch right here. This is last frame. Moves right. Needs to hit the 2 so the ball doesn't deflect too much. Take out the 8 pin. Big frame right there for Birgit, keeping her lead and extended over Clara.
She's been so clean, so steady here in the 2 matches. Cisco spare of the week.
She did say she got up at 6 a.m. for a run, I think yesterday. I think I'm going to start adding that to my
I think
regimen.
you should add it to your schedule. Left lane, looking good. It is good. Those pins had absolutely no chance against Birgit Norix, who is on a roll and trucking toward a championship here tonight.
Yeah, her husband Toby will be thrilled if he could watch her live right now. I think she has plenty of intensity for this championship match. Clara's making a ball change on the right lane. Looks like she's a little bit further right than what she was before. Starting around 19 or 20, 18, 19, 20 with that left sliding foot.
And the big 4 just not able to catch that 1-3 pocket. She told us today it would be such a beautiful moment of her career to have a chance to cap off being a #1 seed in a major for the first time in her career.
Yeah, Clara said she's pretty much won everything in her career that could she ever dream of.
Right.
The only thing lacking would have been more titles out here on the ladies tour. That last plan, she went right. The difference between Clara and Birgit, though, is her ball speed. Her ball speed's at least a mile an hour slower compared to Birgit's, and her tilt is so much different. So Clara's ball reads a little bit sooner, whereas Birgit is later. Now, unfortunately, I hate to make the acronym or the comparison, but Clara's fishing. She's really just trying to find something right now that might work for her.
I mean, what a run for Team Columbia. And as she told us today, she's got a busy schedule. 8 events for Team Columbia between now and basically the start of the fall. 11 PWBA tour stops.
She's
including,
everywhere.
Of course, this week. She is everywhere.
Yeah, World Games, Champion of Champions, Rio, Pan American Games, World Championships in Australia in November.
That comes in high, too. It's not her night.
Yeah, same result.
4-7-10.
Again, when you get to a part of the lane, once you get the pocket's at board 17 in the back, right? We all know that. We think the pocket's at 17, so you have to create some sort of angle to that. It has to be at least 3 boards of angle to try to promote the ball to go left to right more. And Clara just seems to be playing much more straighter through the front, just not allowing the ball to get through the fronts and the middles.
And leaves 2 pins there.
Very disappointing for Clara. I know she's upset. 168 max score. Birgit just keeps the ball in the lane, stays behind the foul line.
It's over.
She will be your 2022 Queens champion. 71 pin lead.
Also the big 4. But inching closer to make this official with a huge lead so late in the championship match. Oh, Kelly, you said that'd be tough. You bowled
I
this
did.
week. You know exactly what these tremendous bowlers are going through here tonight. Like the 7-10, the big 4 nearly impossible to make. And Birgit just inches closer with a 55-pin lead after the great start, and Clara struggles, unfortunately, for her tonight.
Yep, 6 pins here. Didn't qualify very high, but that does not matter. This is 2 events in 1. 15 games of qualifying, and then the bracket is a whole new tournament.
Birgit needs 6 for the championship. She's got 10, and she's got the win. Birgit Norix of Germany is the 2022 USBC Queen's champion. Her first career major. Birgit has done it. Das war ausgezeichnet. That was excellent. Birgit Norix wins in Addison, Illinois. How sweet it is. We'll hear from the champion next. Birgit Norreichs of Germany, 187-158 winner over the top seed Clara Guerrero from Colombia for her third career title. And first major, Kelly Kulick runs the show late level, trophy, tiara, and check presentation.
2022 USBC Queen's champion Birgit Norreichs here to present the tiara, last year's champion Julia Bahn. And now to present the beautiful Queen's trophy, proprietor Mr. Jim Staffold.
Thank you from Stardust Bowl. Congratulations.
And along with the coveted title, here, the Deputy Executive Director from USBC, Mr. Jason Overstreet, to present the check.
Birgit, on behalf of USBC's membership around the country, congratulations on being the Queen's champion.
Birgit, this is obviously your third title, first ever major on the Professional Women's Bowling Association Tour. What does this mean to you? What does this moment mean right now?
It's like a dream come true, really. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, you know, your family's going to be waking up in a few hours back in Germany and seeing that you're the Queen's champion. What would you like to say to them and wish to say?
They're at home. I wish they were here the last time I made the show. I didn't win, but this is for them, for staying home, staying up late. It's like 3 at night at home, I think. I don't even know. And I'm just so thankful that they, I don't know, made this possible. Like, I don't know.
And how about the fans here? Well, I just want to thank United States Bowling Congress BPA for sponsoring this event, including the prize funds and everything. Thank you to the fans here at Stardust Bowling Center, those who tuned in on CBS Sports Network, and congratulations to Birgit Norreichs, your 2022 Queen's Champion.